Welcome back to Winni Recap. Today I'm going to explain a Netflix drama series called AlRawabi School for Girls, which came out in 2021. This is a Jordanian drama streaming television miniseries directed by Tima Somali and produced by Filmi Zion Productions on behalf of Netflix. The movie has a great audience score of 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb and an impressive 92% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. The movie is shown completely through the point of view of laptop or phone screens. However, in AlRawabi School for Girls, Mariam and other docile students are constantly bullied by a trio gang of elite students. But due to a professional enmity between Mariam and Layan, Mariam becomes the prime target of the bully group. When Mariam is bullied in her all-girls high school, she gathers a group of outcasts. Together they plot the perfect revenge to get back at their tormentors and send the students and administration into a spiral, set amidst the school and home life. But before we continue, beware of spoilers, watch out and take care, and I hope you enjoy this video. The series starts as Mariam is being beaten to the ground by a bunch of bullies who run away after knocking her out. Later, the bullies get interrogated by the cops and they don't show 1 ounce of regret. Instead, they bluntly deny having anything to do with the incident. The scene shifts to 2 weeks earlier to where Mariam gets on the bus on her way to school and sits with her only best friend Dina behind them, our 2 most popular girls of the school, Layan and Reina. Layan always gets her head out of trouble as her father is a powerful man who has influence over the principal of the school. Layan has a secret boyfriend who her parents do not approve of. Layan bunks school and sneaks off on the school bus to meet her boyfriend. She spills tea on Dina and distracts everyone before secretly getting off the bus just to get everyone's attention away from her. Mariam fortunately sees her running away but doesn't think much of it at school. Dina tries to wash the stain off her shirt but nothing works out. It's not the first time that she was bullied. In fact, Layan, Reina, and their third friend Ruqayya were notorious for their troublesome nature. The next scene shifts to a public restroom where Layan is seen switching her less revealing clothes with revealing clothes and meets her boyfriend at a restaurant. It turns out that this is her first time meeting him after talking to him for several months on Facebook. She is visibly nervous that someone might see them together back in school. After school, when the bus is on the route home, Layan sneaks in without anyone noticing and she tells Reina everything about her date. A curious Dina overhears their conversation and finds out Layan is about to sneak out again on Wednesday later that evening. The next scene appears where Mariam and her family are seen having dinner. Her father is a fun-loving man while her mother is more on the stricter side. Both of them love Mariam and her younger brother dearly before going to bed every night. Mariam has a boyfriend named Suzanne, who she calls that night. The two had been dating for about 2 weeks, but hadn't had many chances to talk to each other. She had met Suzanne through Facebook. The next day in school, her friend Mario feels bad that she hasn't told Dina about their relationship yet, considering the fact that they are best friends. The following day during gym class, the girls are playing basketball. Mariam and Layan are on the same team, but Layan refuses to pass the ball to her. When urged by the gym teacher, she hits Mario with the ball. The teacher scolds her, but she doesn't stop making fun of the poor girl, even though Layan is disrespectful to everyone. She is sent back to the sidelines with no consequences whatsoever. Later, the girls are in the changing room when Layan notices that Mariam is staring at them. She deliberately bumps into her and in turn accuses her of grabbing her inappropriately. One of their classmates, Nope, who witnesses the encounter, knows that Layan is at fault, but she doesn't speak up as she's aware of Layan's wrath and her father's influence on the principal. While other students turn a blind eye towards her actions due to fear, Mariam, on the contrary, reveals the information to the principal, Miss Fatin, to teach Layan a necessary lesson. Though as soon as Layan gets to know about Mariam's snitching, Layan and her gang confront Mariam. In anger, the bullies push Mariam on the street and she procures several injuries on her head. In the parent-teachers assembly, Mariam hides the fact that she does not want to further sketch the topic. Layan, in her cunning persona, takes the blame and manipulates the incident as per her own accord. The parents, Miss Fatin, and other students support Layan in her tactics. This leaves Mariam shocked, as she could never expect the tables to turn this way, and instantly feels cornered. Mariam's mother, however, refuses to listen or believe her plea. The new student, Noaf, who was an eyewitness to the event, keeps her mouth shut due to the fear and wrath of Layan and her gang. Mariam gets traumatized in the most terrible way possible. She becomes sleep deprived and overthinks about the incident day and night. After suffering mental trauma and stress, Mariam decides to take revenge on Layan and her two minions, Ruqayya and Rania, in the most ruthless way possible. Mariam's friends Dina and new student Noaf agree to help her in her cause of vengeance when Mariam tells them her master plan and asks for their help and assistance. Mariam swears to take revenge on the tormentors one by one. Mariam and her friends decide to put Ruqayya on their first target. Noaf and Mariam create a fake ID named Tarek on Facebook. Mariam starts talking to Ruqayya, who was the only one in her group without a boyfriend. Now Mariam, as Tarek, requests Ruqayya's picture without a scarf at the girls' open day charity event. Since Ruqayya belonged to a Muslim home, she was forbidden to reveal her bare head. Covering her head with a white abaya was a must, as the scarf was an emblem of purity in Muslim religion. And Ruqayya's family was traditionalists who practiced the Islamic preaching often. Naive little Ruqayya, in the heat of the moment, agrees to send her bare head pictures to Mariam's fake ID while completely unaware of the consequences. As soon as Mariam receives her picture without the scarf, she forwards it to the school's group chat. Ruqayya and her family find this humiliating. Ruqayya's family scolds her for violating their religious boundaries. Thus, under family pressure, Ruqayya quits her studies and is forcefully stopped from going to the AlRawabi School. Mariam and her friends, without being caught, celebrate their happiness as they succeed in sending one of the bullies down. They pick Rania as their second target and start working on her weak points. Mariam weaves her next move and asks her friends to take Rania and her boyfriend to the nightclub on the night of the curfew. Her friends somehow succeed in getting Rania and her lover out of the curfew and into a disco bar. Mariam, with her efficient attitude, goes straight to Miss Abir's office and informs Miss Abir about Rania's eloping to a nightclub on a curfew night. Rania gets in instant trouble and she gets caught wearing revealing clothes. She was also underage for entering a nightclub. Subsequently, her abusive father gets informed about the incident. He grounds Rania in her room for about a week. When Rania makes a return after a week, everyone noticed that she had been beaten up badly. Everyone can't help but gaze at her bruised existence. Noaf and Dina tried to convince Mariam to stop, as they now thought that the water was going over the bridge. But Mariam had a scar that wasn't going to heal so quickly. For the last act of revenge, she targets Layan, the main evildoer. It was all fun and frolic until no one was hurt. But with Rania, things start to get pretty serious. Dina and Noaf understand the gravity and are able to foresee the turn of events. They try their best to stop Mariam from taking revenge over the last gang member, Layan. But a burning eye cannot fathom such philosophy. It demands fulfillment, and that's what Mariam receives in the end when she finally avenges her torments and abuse by Layan's gang. Now Mariam anticipates Layan to give her the chance to make her next move. On a casual day, Layan bunks school as usual to meet her boyfriend, Laith. Layan assures her friend that she is going with her boyfriend only to hang out and not do anything else. Latte, who just wants her to feel comfortable, is ready to go somewhere else if she wants to. Layan happily agrees to stay with him at the house for the day. They go to Laith's farmhouse, also retagged as Laith's bachelor pad. Mariam somehow manages to extract the location and necessary information from Laith's Instagram profile while stalking Layan. Later, she texts the location to Layan's brother, Hazim. Indirectly, she also informs him about Layan's absence from school and lets Hazim join the dots on his own. On the other hand, Layan's friend, Rania, joins the dots too and figures out that Mariam and her friends are behind their miseries. She instantly alerts Layan by calling her. She tells her that she thinks Dina must have overheard their conversation and is helping Mariam to get her revenge on us. Layan cuts the call and gets freaked out as she knows how strict and short-tempered her brother Hazim is. Miss Abir unknowingly calls Layan's parents to school and tells them about her constant skipping from school. Mariam and Miss Abir are both unaware of the upcoming tragedy. It was established earlier that Layan's brother Hazim handles his father's dirty business and thus flaunts a gun to threaten people. When Hazim reaches Laith's farmhouse, he finds Layan's school dress drying outside. In a conservative society, a woman's purity can either build or ruin a family's image. Hazim thinks that Layan has taken a step that would probably wreck their image, and thus he does not hesitate to take a shot. The scene shows Layan's and Laith drying clothes outside the house when they hear a gunshot. He probably would have killed Layan or Laith or both. but the end shot reveals that Laith was Principal Miss Fatin's son. A simple act of revenge ruins so many lives. In the end, Mariam develops a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction because she has accomplished her revenge. But at that precise moment, when she flaunts a sly smile before the screen fades out, she is unaware that her actions led to the death of an individual. To watch more explanations of these kinds of movies, click on the videos on your screen, and don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. Kindly like the video and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss any new videos. And at last I'm going to say stay safe, stay well. Thank you so much for watching.